Hello everybody, Calamity here, and I have to admit a big mistake I made to y'all is that I actually already recorded this video, but I didn't realize my microphone wasn't on at the time. So I actually already did my reactions to all of the new stuff coming in 5.0, but rather than try to act like, oh, this is my first time, guys, I'm gonna just quickly go over everything that I saw and share my thoughts about it. And for those that are just looking for a quick summary for the 5.0 live stream, this is pretty much going to be that. So the first thing we took a look at is Kachina. She's going to be the free 4-star that you get just from simply doing the Archon quest. And from the looks of her kit, I'm going to go ahead and just play a little bit of it in the background. Her elemental skill is like this spinning twirly. It's called a turbo twirly. As you can see here, she just like Kirara in her box cat form. She can climb mountains and she can even ride her top. And you can see she can even attack enemies while riding her turbo twirly. She doesn't even have, if she's not riding it, then she can also just have it continuously slam enemies for geo damage. So I was saying that she could be good with Navia for crystallized reactions and stuff like that. And other than that, I mean, she is going to be a free 4-star character, so my expectations aren't really high. She is also Geo, which is a little bit, but she also has the ability to show you the exclusive Natlan materials on your mini-map, so she's going to be really useful for both new players and just returning players that want a little nice companion for exploring in the new Natlan. So let's move on to the next character, which is Mualani. Mualani is a 5-star catalyst. She's going to be the very first 5-star Natlan character we're going to have access to. And she has kind of a cool kit. Again, I like the aesthetics of it. She rides a surfboard, a shark surfboard that marks enemies. And then you press the skill again to attack them. And then you'll see the shark actually bites them. And it's supposed to do more damage. But again, it's the showcase, so you don't have numbers here. And you can see she's ramming them with the surfboard. And then she presses, I'm guessing they press the button again to do the shark attack. And then the burst sends the shark out and does, I'm guessing, a ton of damage here. She can also ride the shark over water and stuff, and it makes traversing, lakes, rivers, stuff like that much easier. So really cool character there. And then the other 5-star that's coming out in the second half is Kinich is his name. He is a Dendro bow character, and he seems to have like a very Hoyoverse extra kit. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of terminology that they give him when talking about his skill, but he basically grapples enemies, as you're seeing right there. Let me actually go back a few seconds. So yeah, he grapples mid-air. It looks like it's gonna make traversing again a lot easier, but he also can grapple onto enemies and do these shots. And then once he's accumulating enough shots, he gets to do this fancy burst shot, as you can see right there. So yeah, it looks fun. I don't know how well it's gonna work. But yeah, it looks like a very fun character, very interactive character, and I was noticing that a lot of these characters have really cool design kits, very aesthetically pleasing kits. And then his burst is this dragon that he summons that I'm guessing just does dendro damage periodically over time. And that is going to be it for the new Natlan characters. So there's all 3 of them. And then after that, I forwarded to the banners. So here's the first half of the banners. It's going to be Mualani and Kazuha on the first half, with Kachina being one of the 4-stars. So if you want to get her constellations, this first banner is going to be the best way to do so, because it's going to be very rare for them to return in a banner. Now for new players, I was already saying like this is going to be a hard choice for you, because yeah, Mualani looks cool and also good for exploration as well, but Kazuha also really good for combat and just an overall good unit, whipping up enemies, giving you strong elemental buffs and stuff like that. All of it really good. So new players that don't have Kazuha, it's going to be a really tough choice, I think. So the second half of the banners is going to be Kinich and Raiden Shogun. Again, another hard choice, because Raiden Shogun still being one of the best DPSs in the game, having yet another rerun. But Kinich also looks really fun, and again, until we see damage numbers, until we actually get our hands on him, we don't know how good he is for sure. But pull whoever looks more fun to you, or whichever character you enjoyed more in the story. So moving on after that, whoops, they did talk about these are the new craftable weapons or forgeable weapons coming to Natlan. And they mentioned that to unlock some of them, you have to do a web event. And I was like, I don't know about that. A limited web event? You know, I might have to make a video or like reminding you guys, hey, check out the event so you can unlock the ability to craft these weapons. I don't like that they're tying it to that, but usually the craftable weapons aren't even that good for the most part. I will say there are a few exceptions, of course, but you know, not all of them are that great. But moving on, there's some new artifacts, of course, for the new characters, which makes sense. So I'm sure there's gonna be more domains to farm them. So then after that, we fast forward a bit, right? And so we got to this part, and this is, if you guys saw my dev discussion reaction video, we saw this feature being talked about, but we'll just mention again here. There's going to be a new collect button when you're looking for a character's ascension materials, and what it will do, it'll pop up a bunch of these blue circles that you see on the map here, and when you hover over them, it'll tell you, like, hey, there's 10 of this flower that you need to collect in this area. So really, really helpful for new players and returning players that, you know, can't be bothered to look up an optimal route or whatever on YouTube, and you just, again, it's just convenient to have it in the game, right? Just to tell you, hey, here's all the ascension materials, so you can help build your characters more efficiently. And as you clear more the blue circles and collect all the items in there, more blue circles will appear. And it's, again, just a really nice quality of life feature to help you track all of your materials, making life easier. So let's go ahead and move on. So World 9, also we talked about in the dev discussion post, this just means that the world is going to be harder, but the rewards are supposed to be a little bit better. So they show you killing the samurai, and he dropped 5 handguards and 1 green one. So hopefully, maybe that was just like an unlucky drop, but maybe that also means potential for multiple blue drops as well, which would be also a nice thing to see. So after that, we moved on to a nice quality of life feature. You will now gain stamina from upgrading the statues of the 7 in any region now. So before, I was saying, like, if you're a new player, you should focus on Mondstadt or Leeway because those give you stamina upgrades from upgrading those statues. But now, feel free to go wherever. Inazuma, Sumeru, Fontaine, and of course Natlan if you're new, because a lot of new players are going to use the, you know, skip straight to Natlan button. And, you know, you don't want to punish them for skipping the continent where you can upgrade your stamina. So now it's free for everybody, which is great. After that, we were shown the artifact. You can, just like Star Rail, if you guys have played that, you can now take your 3-star, 4-star artifacts, and you can quickly turn them into the potion, I forgot what they're called, the elixir potion thingies that you can just use to upgrade your artifacts now. So this is going to be great for saving up inventory space just to clear out your crappy artifacts. But you do want to hold on to your 5-star ones even if they are bad, and I'm going to show you why in just a sec here. Because right after that, they showed this. Let me back it up just like a little bit more. Okay, so there is now a new artifact creation mechanic in the game now. So you're gonna get what's called these elixirs. I forgot the full name is. It's on the top right. You can see it, the gold elixirs. And when you have a certain number of them, you can go into this menu, create any piece of an artifact set that you want. You get to choose the main stat, and you get to choose 2 minor substats as well. So as you can see here, you can pick, like, let's say a hydro damage goblet, and he's about to pick crit rate and crit damage as a subset. So you can give yourself some really, really great artifacts from this system here. And the way you obtain these elixirs, they explained, is that you can get them from exploration, premium battle pass tiers if you bought it from there, or you can sacrifice 5-star artifacts that are enhanced. So any of those like crappy plus 20 artifacts you have laying around in your inventory, you can sacrifice them and you'll get some elixirs back. I'm not sure how much you get though. I don't think they showed that. So the artifact editor creator thingy, really, really good addition coming to the game. And after that, they talked about the battle pass and changing the rewards. So from now on the free tier or the premium tier, you get to choose what rewards you want. Do you want Mora? Do you want more weapon materials? Do you want more talent stuff? Do you want the artifact potion stuff? Like whatever you need now, you can use the battle pass to like heavily focus on a specific material that you might be lacking. Really good there. And we already talked about the battle pass changes coming in 5.0, so they're getting rid of the old weekly bounty and requests missions once you max out your reputation, and instead you're gonna get a once per battle pass mission to enhance 5-star artifacts, and you'll actually get primo gems for doing this mission. So it's a really good addition to the battle pass. After that, though, we talked about a lot of stuff coming to banners. Let's go ahead and fast forward a bit. So this one's a little weird. They basically talked about, they gave it a fancy name again. It's like consecrating or something event. But basically what they're saying is that when you see this spark here, you have a higher chance of winning your 50-50 now. They don't give the exact numbers, but they said they will post them in the in-game notices because it's required by law in some countries that you have to show what the gacha rates are now. So basically you just have a higher chance of getting the character that you want on the limited banner and less likely to just get a standard character or whatever. So good change, I guess. You know, it's better than nothing. And we're just gonna go ahead and skip ahead here. So the next part is that the weapon banners got buffed as well, in a really good way. So you only need 1 fate point now instead of 2. So weapon banners are now the equivalent of character banners. You only have to pull, like, if you lose your 50-50 and you either get the other limited weapon or another 5-star weapon, then the next 5-star weapon you pull is going to be the one that you picked in the epitomized path. So make sure you pick the right one. And yeah, again, worst case scenario, you're spending about as much as you did on a character banner in the worst case scenario. So it's equal now. So I wouldn't say weapon banners are, you know, a complete scam now, but, you know, at least they're way better than what they used to be. And this is the last big change that they talked about. And from every anniversary event from now on, including this one, you're going to be able to choose a free 5-star character on the standard banner wish. This is, again, a free character. You don't have to use any wishes or anything. And obviously, if you own the character, you'll get constellations instead. So this is really good for new players and returning players. Just to log in during the event, and you're going to get your free 5-star. And they talked about adding more characters to the standard banner in the future. We don't know if that means adding older characters, like let's say Klee or Venti. In the standard banner, I kind of hope they do, because those characters are, it's not like they're bad or anything, but they're also just really old, that it's, you know, a lot of the older players don't get excited when Klee's getting her like 6th or 7th rerun banner at this point. So hopefully they add more characters. And yeah, this is now going to be a once a year thing, so very nice that they're listening to community feedback. You know, a lot of people have been wanting this feature for years. And pretty much after this, it's just concert stuff. So that's pretty much where we leave off on the video. Genshin got a lot more generous in this update. Lots of quality of life. Really good changes overall. The only thing that I'm kind of like iffy about is the craftable weapons being gated behind a limited web event. I don't know if this means that like you won't be able to craft them after the event is done. Hopefully there's an alternate way to unlock them in the game. But we'll have to wait and see. Other than that, that's going to do it for me. Let me know what feature or characters or anything that you're excited about for 5.0 in the comments down below. That being said, I will see you all in the next video.